us make it to this day. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize special guests, important decisions who have supported not only our graduates, but all the others throughout Hamilton County. County Commissioner, Mr. David Sharp. City Councilman, Mr. Chip Henderson. Hamilton County Representative, Dr. Robert Sharp. School Board Member, Ms. Jenny Hill. Our other special guests are School Board Administrative Assistant, Mr. Sherry Ford, and Mrs. Sherry Ford. Former Lookout Valley High School Principal, Mr. Rick Rushworth. And Lookout Valley Elementary School Principal, Nikki Bailey. Again, we, the class of 2021, extend our thanks to these individuals and everyone for being here this afternoon to acknowledge and celebrate the completion of this major accomplishment in our lives. Thank you. Now, will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
As the president of the senior class, I would like for all of us to take a moment and reflect on our journey here. As thoughts come to mind, try to remember how it all started. Think of what your values and expectations were as students, as well as the values and expectations of parents who helped you get to where you are today. Most importantly, think about what or who motivated you in your heart and kept you persevering even when things were tough. Now there will be a moment of silence to allow you to contemplate on these things and have a mind of gratitude for achievements made. Thank you for taking time to think over and reflect on your journey here. I would like to start off with a quote I heard last week from my AP biology teacher, Miss Higgins. Since she read it to us, I keep replaying it over and over in my head, and when I was informed that I was giving a speech, I immediately knew I had to share it with you all. It's entitled "The Man in the Arena" by Theodore Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. This critic belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually spend himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails with while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. I think everyone in my class, and even in this stadium, can remember their first day of high school, and the feeling as you walked into the building for the first time. We all shared the exact same thought: Lord, please make this one quick. Now, I'm pretty sure I said that last Tuesday, but now I'm up here getting a diploma. Oh, wait, that was 4 years ago. All jokes aside, our high school careers have flown by. Heck, our entire schooling has. I did not move here until 3rd grade, but the bundle of memories I have built over my past 10 years with this class would take a lifetime to share. I still clearly remember the end of 5th grade and taking picture in Miss McDonald's class with the chalkboards, writing on them what we wanted to be when we grow up. Fun fact, I actually wrote that I wanted to be a chef, and now I'm attending nursing school. Those were the simple days when we all dreaded every second of class till recess came, and we'd all go play kickball in Foursquare and say, I can't wait to be in high school until the end of our last day of 8th grade. Well, when we walked into freshman year, we were handed a timer with 1,115 days on it. And yes, Mr. Morton, I counted the weekends. This timer stopped for nothing, not weather days, family emergencies, days where you could just not do schoolwork, dentist or doctor's appointments, and not even a pandemic. 434 days ago, on March 13th, 2020, schools across the country were sent on a 2-week-long spring break. Little did we know that spring break would continue into August as we witnessed our world be ravaged by COVID-19, and we would have to face not just any year, but our senior year through a pandemic. But that was a hill we were willing to climb to get to this day. From quarantines to at-home learning, mask mandates, and cancellation of events back to back, this class has remained strong and hopeful, and most of all, flexible. During this time, many of us struggled. This pandemic had more of a hold on us than many would care to admit, not just physically, but mentally. For some, it ripped away motivation and made many say, what's the point anymore? And I was one of those people. But now, as I stand here with all of you, I think we realized that the point was, we were all the men in the arena this past 1,115 days, and we now know the triumph of high achievement. I would just like to extend a thank you to all of the faculty and staff in attendance, whether in person or online, for not just providing me and my peers the opportunity for a great education, but also for not just being teachers, but friends, and always rising beyond the call of duty for your students. I've learned many life lessons within these walls, lessons that have molded me into the person I am today. Thank you for always giving us the hard truth and being the facilitators of our growth. I would also like to give a special shout out to Mr. Hudson and Miss Toomey for all the kind words and help you guys have provided me these past 4 years and never allowing me to give up. And lastly, I would like to leave us graduates with this saying, something I've heard many times during my time here, and I'm sure you have too. Don't allow society to turn you into a person you are not as we enter the world outside of high school. As long as you stay true to yourself, you will find fulfillment within your lives today and for the rest of time. Stay true to you because very few are going to do the same for you, and accept yourself for who you are. Know that you are good enough. Thank you.
I would like to, I would like to reiterate my fellow classmates' warm welcomes. It is an honor to have you here with us today on this momentous occasion. I'd like to take time to thank those who have helped us on our academic journey and shaped who we are today. The families who have provided us with unwavering support throughout these past 4 years, the friends who have made the journey easier by telling horrible dad jokes, strange stories, and making weird noises that enriched our experience. Finally, the faculty that put their faith into us and made us realize our potential to succeed, especially Mr. Jacob Hudson, who through numerous puns and beatings has pushed us to be more than we ever thought we could be. Within this newfound potential, though, comes a need for courage to achieve our dreams, to continue on the path of life and break through any obstacle that comes in our way, to dodge anyone who threatens to stop our greatness, and to excel in this adventure we call life. As we take our next steps, it is important to remember the meaning of life and know it's not 42. As philosopher Vernon Howard said, the point of life is to become a new kind of person, having inner command and outer excellence. With this in mind, I propose one final set of challenges. I challenge you to have inner command to always do what is best for you, to make the difficult choices, and to ensure your successful future. I challenge you to have an outer excellence, which allows you to embody a high moral code, help others, and to constantly look for opportunities to elevate yourself. When things get challenging, look back at what all we accomplished throughout our 4 years of high school, especially in the face of a global pandemic. Use these memories to motivate yourself to persevere through any strenuous times you may face. Before we cross the stage and toss the caps, I want everyone to think back to the days where we could barely walk and depended on you, the families, for everything in life. Now look at us as we take our first steps to be an independent, productive member of society. This is all thanks to you, and we look forward to having you with us as we continue to evolve and become the best version of ourselves.
We will now begin the presentation and acceptance of the class of 2021. Seniors, will you please stand? By the power vested in me by the Superintendent, the Board of Education, our Representative Jenny Hill, and the State of Tennessee, I accept and affirm these students as meeting all the requirements for graduation set forth by the Hamilton County Schools Board of Education and the State of Tennessee and Lookout Valley Middle High School. We will now be awarding diplomas to our senior class.
Jarrett James Adams. Tavasier Jaquan Arnold. Matthew Dylan Artrip. Lainey Alyssa Ballard. Kenneth Jackson Brewster. Evelina Marie Burpee. Tyler Keith Burton. Tyan Marie Chapman. Corey Deontay Cooper. Ricardo A. Cruz Canales. Madison Faith Evans. Adam Creed Evers. Kenara Denise Freeman. Kendall Rose Freeman. Elena Grace Fryer. Carmen Lynn Gonzalez. Brianna Nicole Gravitt. Lenaya Alicia Jennings. Peyton Elizabeth Milraney. Kevin Morales Jacobo. Jessie Ruth Moulton. Reagan Lynn Osby. David Jacob Pace. Janki Nilishkumar Patel. Madeline Grace Pell. Erica Perez Gonzalez. Dennis Villian Fatherath. Sophie Montana Saxon. Kamari Lachey Shepard. Jessica Marie Silverman. Elijah Creed Slavin. Corey Chernell Talley. Noemi Torres. Trevor Devin Trivet. McKinley Jade Williams. Brianna Alexis Woods. Madeline Corin Woods. In absentia, Connor Ray Landolt.
Students, please stand. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left. It is my pleasure to say that these students are duly authorized graduates of Lookout Valley Middle High School. Congratulations, seniors.